So I just pulled up just outside a Hailing Yacht Company. I'm just about to go in. I've not been on site for 6 weeks now, which is mad. Yeah, quite emotional just driving down here again and seeing the sea, just driving past Portsmouth Harbour and Langstone Harbour and stuff, and seeing all the water at high tide. So I've heard a few times over the last few weeks that our tent's in a bit of a bad way and all collapsed, so I'm going to go and see that in a second. I'm a bit nervous about that, but it's dry now, so hopefully this afternoon I might be able to get a bit of that fixed. And it's been a pretty dark winter, to be honest. Everyone's had a bit of a tough winter this year, and obvious reasons. But you know, in Kel and my situation is just we're not working. You know, we're a bit not got much value at the minute, so I've got to use my time now here. So I've isolated, and now I'm here, and this is where I'm going to be, and get back on with Esperance. But I'm pretty daunted. Yeah, me and Kelly have had lots of chats about this and putting a lot of pressure on ourselves, particularly me, with this time span. You know, I want to get away in the autumn, so we haven't got to face any more winters and stuff like that. You know, and just that's what we're working on, and it's like there's a huge amount to do. But Kel sort of had a bit of an epiphany yesterday and reminded me and said, you know, the whole point of this is supposed to be fun. We've been getting very stressed with each other, stressed with the kids, and yeah, I mean, times aren't easy anyway, but actually the whole point of doing this is it's supposed to be fun. And all the work I've been doing the last 6 weeks on ukulele, you know, like they're all jobs I'm enjoying doing, and I should just be enjoying doing them. So I've come here now, sort of need to come with a new mindset, which is, yeah, it takes as long as it takes, hopefully not forever, but just enjoy the process. There's so many things that are juggling in my head. So yeah, number one, you gotta get this tent fixed. So first thought about being back, it's like there's just so many lovely people here. I've kept my distance from everyone, of course, but everyone was just like, hi, good to see you. That's really nice. We wondered where we've been, what we've been up to. Anyway, so let's have a look at this tent. Yeah, it's looking a little bit collapsed, to be honest. It's not looking quite as good. It's just all dry in here though. Okay, give me a few hours. Whoa! Okay, yeah, that bit's fallen down. So that didn't used to be that narrow, that gap. That's really collapsed in a bit. Upgraded it. Yeah, alright. Used to get through there. Wow, that's absolutely smashed. Ay, caramba. Alright. Yeah, fairness, fair play. That tent has fallen down quite badly. But it's really not fared very well from the winter storms. I'm guessing I'm going to spend the next couple of hours just deciding whether I just cut the whole thing open and start again. Or what. I don't know. Bloody hell. Like, I think there's a bit on the first video when I'm like, oh, this is so much work. You knew nothing. So it didn't rain that much before we got the cover on and while we were out sailing. But now, even with the cover on just leaking, I get to see, yeah, there's wet patches. Wet patches. Damp. No, the bed was damp, so I've been leaking above. Mortar ingress. And yeah, also must have been dripping through these boards and leaking down or something. All my drawings are, they're all pretty damp, pretty mouldy. Which is a shame. So I'll just have to guess what Esperance is going to look like when I finish now. I just realised the lights aren't working. And the 240's not working, I've got no power on the boat. So this is going to be like a serious case of picking ourselves up again, or picking myself up again, and fighting another day. The reality is, the tent wasn't good enough. And that's what it is. Do better, try again. Got power back on now. I'm going to have a proper explore the tent. And the lights are still working. So yeah, that's all a bit leany. A bit more leany than I originally decided it to lean. This bit's a bit rubby. Yeah, a bit rubby. A bit rubby and a bit leany.
So I'm sort of, just to clarify, I'm in this sort of space. Yeah, that sort of space. Right. So one of my patches is still slightly there. Wow, there's a bucket of water in here. Yeah, all that is for the room on its own. Oh, this is fixable. It's like, one thought is like, okay, do I just put a massive cut down to the tent, rebuild a frame and recover it? I mean, this stuff's expensive, this wrap. It's fair to say I made a bit of a mess of it. Right. Just one bit at a time. Patch it up. That's all I can do. Try and make good. Make good amend. Oh, this boat was so lovely when we took it out of the water. Armed with a saw, a screwdriver and a pack of screws, I'm going to go on the mend. Just fix a little bit, fix a bit more, and see if I can slowly get some shape back in it. It's only going to last a few more months. Then we're into the summer when, you know, it's not such a big stress. When you're working on your own on a project like this, it's quite easy to get overwhelmed, and also just go very slow. It's just such a massive slog. It'd be so great to have help, which is what's so frustrating about the times we're in right now, because, and also where we are, like, we're just miles away from friends right down on the south coast, and so often it'd be like, oh, I just need to phone up a mate, can someone come and help me, because I'm a bit too deep here or whatever. But that's what it is. So anyway, piling up all the timber I can, slowly taking everything apart, and then sort of strip it right back and then rebuild the frame underneath the tent and push the tent back up. Should only be a few hours work, but it's just slow, and it's still just like the works comes with a sense of frustration, like, because you know it shouldn't have happened and it could have been better, and you really got to detach yourself from that. You know, it's like you've got to come back in. Like, you know, like on this boat, for instance, there's something else that a previous owner's done, which I think's wrong. It's much easier to go, right, let's fix this, sort it out. When it's your own mistake, it's much harder to do, because you're sat there thinking about all the things that went wrong before and getting slowed down by it. So I've just got to barge in like it's some other idiot who made this tent and did such a bad job and put it right. But with the extra experience, maybe. It's basically, I'm just polishing a turd. I did a rubbish job and I've got to go back to it. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Like, I did that job, I want to move on. And here I am doing it again. So there's a lesson in doing things properly the first time, which I thought I had, but obviously, even though was it over Christmas, we had 50-mile-an-hour winds and storms coming through, and I wasn't here to look after the tent. So that's why I'm doing it again. But been pretty miserable all day, to be honest, on my own. It's like trying to fix this tent, and it's just like all I'm looking at is just something that's just not really properly repairable, and it's already lasted 3 months. It's going to last another 3 months. It's like, oh. So yeah, been pretty down about that all day. Anyway, I'll get the tent fixed, because sometimes you have got to go back, but therefore, because I'll go back, I can then go forward. Is that all metaphorical enough? Anyway, I'm going to FaceTime the kids and read them some Harry Potter, because that's what's nice to do before their bedtime. And then I'll have my dinner, and then I'll be playing online Zoom games with friends and family or wife. So it's all good. All right. After how depressed I was about this tent, it's good to get it all up and strong. As you can see, I've just massively over-engineered it. It's such a bodge. But hopefully this time, like, it's a bodge. Whoops! I was just trying to test how strong it was. But hopefully it'll hold it this time. Like, this area here. I've still got more to do actually. I'm fairness, there's more I can do. More I will do. That's pretty strong now. I just need to finish reinforcing here, but what I spent this afternoon doing is, whilst it's dry, I've patched up all the holes, so I've just got this little bit here to do, and then my last couple of holes there and there. This is what I'm showing you now. That's supposed to be that hole. So you've got a view of the boatyard from up high. It's the last time we'll see for a while. There's a rainbow just over there a minute ago. So it's been a beautiful, beautiful day.